Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video I'm going to be doing a palette bingo of shame. So I have these 3 palettes that I picked up last year that I never used. They're all from Gourmande Girls. I have the Paradise Cove, the El Camino palette. These were a collaboration with Ladybug Glow. And then I also have the Gourmandise palette. So I'm going to pick some shades from all of them, finally try them out on camera with you guys and create a look. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree. I'm a crazy lover of all things beauty. I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, and I like to do a lot on indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. So we are going to get into this palette bingo of shame. Yes, there is 3 palettes left that I bought last year that I still haven't used, which is so unfortunate. I've neglected these palettes. I guess just so many new things kept coming in that these ended up getting like pushed on the back burner because I wanted to review the newer stuff. And then next thing I know, I just never ended up touching them. So we are going to play with them today. I'm going to pick, I think, 2 shades from each palette and come up with a look. And I figured I'd do it in a palette bingo style just so I could try them out, use them on camera. So I think the Gourmandise palette from Gourmande Girls may not be on their website anymore. I checked if they still were selling these, because I mean, I've had these for like months, but they do have these 2 ones, the ones with Ladybug Glow, from what I can see on their site, and they're on sale now for $14. They were originally $34.99, so you can still pick these ones up. But we're going to see what they're all about and, you know, get my money's worth, actually try them on camera. So I'm gonna go into the random.org like generator here on my phone and just pick the shades. You just do like your max and min number. So 1, 2, I think this one has 12 shades in it. So we'll start off with the El Camino palette. I'll show you guys what it looks like though. I love this retro kind of packaging, and then here are the shades. Really pretty interesting color story in here. Now there's 2 kind of foil shimmers. This one looks more like a satin, and then these fun little mattes, which I think it really matches the packaging. So there are 12 shades in here, so I'll do 1 through 12, and we'll just pick those 2 shades and hope for the best. So I have it 1 through 12, and I'll just hit generate, and we got 10. So what is 10? So I'm going to count it this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just keep going. So number 10 would be this shade right here, right? 4, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Okay, so we got this fuchsia shade in here. So I'll just like swatch them on my hand here so we can have the whole color story. And this one is called Excess. So we got a fuchsia, and then let me generate 1 more here on screen. And we've got 12. Okay, we've gotten green. This one right here, the very last shade. So I'll swatch that next to that. I did feature these palettes in like a comparison swatch video. So it did appear on my channel. I just never actually used them on my eyes. So those are the 2 shades from the El Camino palette. Now let's get into the Paradise Cove one. This is how it looks on the packaging. And then here are the shades in this one, which is a very green, grungy kind of color story. I really like this one. It's really pretty. So let's go back to the generator, and it has 12 shades as well. So we'll hit the generator again, and we've got number 7. So I'll do it the same way, like 1 through this way. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, so we got the Cove shade. Nice, beautiful shimmer. Yes. Okay. It's one of those like dual chromes. It looks like it's purple to blue. So far, so good. I'll put it right there. One of the nice little foil shades. This one has 3 shimmers and the rest are mattes. And we'll generate 1 more shade. Let's see what we got. We've got number 1. Oh, we've got a beautiful little green. The grass is greener right here. Okay, and we will put it right here on on my hand. So this is what we're working with so far. Now we'll get into the Gourmande one. This is how it looks. It's like a dessert themed. It has more pastel-y shades. It's definitely more of a springy palette. This one has 4 shimmers and the rest are mattes. And this one has 15 shades in it instead of 12, so a little bit more options. So let me change the generator. They were such pretty color stories. I just don't know why I neglected them so much. So we got 1 through 15, generate. So we've got number 15, okay. And number 15, ooh, we got pistachio, right? So 1 like this way. So the last shade is pistachio. Yet again, I'm getting some really good options. I'm gonna put it up here above. So we got a good like lightning shade that I could use as an inner corner highlight. And then we'll generate 1 more. So let's see what we get. We've got number 7. And number 7 would be, okay, so we have 1 through 5, 6, 7. So we got this fun silver. Ooh, okay. I am really happy overall with the picks here. So these are the colors that I'm working with. Okay, I think I can work with these. I actually got really lucky overall. So that's all the shades that I'm going to be working on. So I'm gonna get a little closer, pull my hair back, and we're gonna get into this look. So I went ahead and primed my eyes. I put the Glam Light Icing Eyeshadow Base in Buttercream on the eyes and did not set it. And I'm gonna start off with this green shade. Since that one is the darkest matte that I got, which was in the, what is it? This one, the El Camino palette, this one right here. And I'm just gonna put that on the very outer corner. Honestly, I never watched any videos on these palettes, so I don't know like what people thought overall on these. I do feel like some of the mattes feel like on the drier side. So, but that's not saying everything, you know, it's really how it performs in the eyes. So I'm gonna keep that on the outer corner and try to build that up because that's the deepest shade I have to work with. And I'm just gonna concentrate it right here on this outer part. And this is definitely more sheer and more of a buildable formula. And I do feel like their like newer palettes from Gourmande is definitely more pigmented when it comes to the mattes, like the Calavera and the Frozen Kiss palette. So I do feel like this just seems a little bit drier and sheerer. So now I'm going to go into this green shade right here just to blend out the edges, bring it through the crease a little bit. It is the shade called Grass is Greener that's in the El Camino palette. And I'm going to use this like rougher brush and I'm just gonna fluff over the edge here. Just gonna add some more fun green elements to the look and I'm gonna bring it midway. Okay, that one definitely has more pigmentation to it and seems more blendable than that like deeper teal. But oh, these kind of colors always mesh so well together. Now we'll get into this pink shade right here, which is in the El Camino palette. This one called Excess. And I'm gonna put that in the front portion using a It's Spell brush. Hopefully that won't look crazy in the front, but I'm gonna keep it right there. I'm gonna look like a little watermelon here. And pinks and greens always look good together. So it's gonna be like a fun little combo here. And this one seems to have good pigmentation to it. It's going on. The eyes just fine. It is definitely more on the powdery end, but it's a nice little fuchsia. And I'm just like really, you know, concentrating it on the inner portion, on the lid, and just slightly fusing it against the green. So I'm gonna go into the Tiffany Twisted shade right here in the El Camino palette, the teal, and I'm gonna use that on the lower lash line and maybe use that green that I used to blend out the edge up here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna bring the pink on the bottom yet. I'm undecided, but for sure I'm just gonna map that all out on the bottom here. And now we can get into using the shimmer. So I'm gonna start off with this deeper shimmer that is in the Paradise Cove palette. This one right here called The Cove. That is a shifty shade. I'm just gonna use my finger and I'm gonna keep it like on the outer edge where I have the green at. And just dab that there. It's a nice, beautiful, like foiled shade. And it's definitely one of those darker, like black based ones. And now we'll go into the silvery shade. You know, I'm taking the obvious steps that I would take with any kind of shadow look. And then we're gonna go into the silvery shade. Obviously gonna use the lighter shade. This one's called Bourbon in the Gourmande palette. And it's like a super intense silver. Wow, it's very sparkly. It does feel a little bit drier and a little bit more textured. But look how intense that shade is, wow. If you're looking for a very sparkly foiled silver, it's right here in this palette. But this one, maybe this one's sold out because, you know, it has more of like a springy pastel color story, and pastel palettes have been in. And then of course I'm going to take the last shade, Pistachio, as my inner corner highlight to just make things pop. And I have a good feeling it's going to be nice and pigmented enough to brighten the inner corner. So I'm just going to take this little spell brush, just pack it right there, because I could use a little bit of brightening. And I'll bring it down on the lower lash line. Who doesn't like a little pastel pistachio shade? I'm just gonna keep building it. I do have sparkle fallout all over my cheeks from that silvery shade. Definitely would have benefited from like a glitter primer or glitter glue. But overall, I think the look came out really cool. Not a combo I would typically go towards, but I'm still loving it. And that's the fun part about palette bingos. Gets you to be a little bit more creative, maybe try some things you never thought to do. But that's basically it for the look. I am gonna go off camera and figure out something for like my waterline, do some liner, mascara, and figure out something for my lips. And I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. All right, loves, I am back and here is the completed look. I did zoom out a bit, but I love how this look turned out. The makeup gods just seem to keep being in my favor when it comes to palette bingos. And I'm happy that I finally got to play with these palettes a little bit on camera and try them out. I just felt horrible that I neglected them and they were unused palettes in my collection. But I didn't do too much off camera. I went in with the NYX Epic Ink liner, created a wing, and then went over it with the Lethal and Avatar collection liner from the Katara duo. It's the blue multi-chrome liner. It's so good. I went over the black liner with that one just to have a fun little wing. And then I used the telescopic mascara from L'Oreal for my lashes. And I also went in with the Shockwave liner from LA Girl and Fresh just to brighten up the waterline and match like with the inner corner. And for my lips, I went in with this new lippy that I just tried. It's the NYX Fat Oil Slick Click Shiny Lip Balm in link in bio. I've had these for a while and I'm finally trying it. It's very sheeny and balmy and it's a pretty color. It's like a nice little nude to go with this colorful look. I did a whole like testing out affordable makeup. That's what's on my face, like in my complexion. So that video should be up either before this one or after this one if you want to see like how I apply the makeup, the products I use, and all that. But yes, that's the lippy I went into, and that was all I did off camera to complete everything. And overall, I'm just really happy with this. Got my hair down. I'm feeling cute. But I'm happy that I finally got to try these palettes on camera. Obviously, I will have to test out these palettes more since I was only able to use 2 shades from each palette. But from the shades that I did use, I think everything performed fine. Like, you know, good pigmentation. That inner corner pop is banging. And, you know, everything looks nice on the eyes. Now, the only thing I'll have to say is I do feel like these Ladybug Glow ones, like the collab that they did together, feel a little bit different in terms of like the texture and how the formulas are in here. Like the mattes overall feel a little bit more drier than their usual palettes from Gourmande Girls, like their Spooky one, their Frozen Kiss one. They're just a little bit more dry to the touch and more on the buildable end for at least the shades that I did use. I mean, the Fuchsia one was pretty pigmented, so I don't know if there's like a different formula in here. And then the shimmers just feel a little bit more flaky, a little bit drier. So I don't know if they switch up the formula for this little collaboration that they did. I do feel like the Gourmande's ones feels a little bit better to the touch. especially the pastel ones. I mean, you see how pigmented this shade is right here. And the other shade I used, the Bourbon, was really nice. It's super foil. It's a little bit more loose and flaky, but it's very sparkly on the eyes. It just caused a, you know, a little bit of shimmer fallout. So you definitely want to use like a glitter primer like with that shade to get it to stick better, and do your eye makeup first if you're going to use that shade, if you don't want like glitter all over your foundation and all of that. But overall, I enjoyed playing with these. I'm going to test them out more, and of course I will show these palettes in a future ranking after I've tested them out some more, so I can give you guys my final thoughts, because I don't want to give you that yet since I've only used a couple shades from each palette. But I'm happy that I got to actually use them on camera with you guys, and I always enjoy doing a fun little palette bingo and getting a little creative and trying something different. But you guys will now have to let me know, what are your thoughts in the comments below? Have you tried any of these palettes? What did you think of them? What do you think of the look? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will link my makeup that I'm wearing. I'll link the palettes that are still available. I also do have a code with Gourmande Girls. It is bricbeauty if you want to save some money off. It is there for your use. I believe it is affiliated. No pressure to use it. It's just there if you want to. My codes are always listed in the description if you're ever curious on what brand I do have a code with. I will link the makeup that I'm wearing. Like I said, I did film like the application of my foundation and everything for a affordable makeup video, so if that one's already up, that will be linked below. And I will have my contact on my social media platforms linked. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, for supporting my channel, being amazing. I just appreciate you guys all so much, and I just hope all of you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and just sending you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.